It is with great enthusiasm and a deep sense of academic commitment that I welcome you all to the International Workshop on Modus Operandi for Publishing Articles. On behalf of Stella Matutina College of Education, I extend my warm greetings to both online and offline participants, research scholars from across the globe who have gathered here today to explore the nuances of academic publishing. In today's rapidly evolving research landscape, the ability to publish impactful articles is more than just a skill. It is necessity. The process of transforming research into a well-structured, high-quality publication involves strategic planning, a rigorous methodology, ethical considerations, and adherence to journal guidelines. Through this workshop, we aim to equip participants with the essential tools and best practices for publishing in reputed journals, ensuring that their research contributes meaningfully to the academic community. In contemporary research settings, the capacity to disseminate scholarly findings through high impact publications is not merely a skill but an indispensable academic imperative. The process of transforming research into a well structured, rigorous, and high quality publication necessitates meticulous planning, adherence to vigorous methodological frameworks, ethical integrity, and strict compliance with journal specific guidelines. This workshop is designed to provide participants with a comprehensive understanding of the essential principles and best practices in academic publishing, enabling them to navigate the complexities of the publication process effectively and ensure that their research makes a substantive contribution to the advancement of knowledge within their respective disciplines. We are honored to have with us our esteemed expert, Dr. Vinaras Nithyanandam, who will be Professor, School of Doctoral Studies, UNICEF University, Cyprus, who will be sharing his insights on key aspects of the publication process, including identifying right journal, structuring a manuscript, navigating peer review, handling rejections, and enhancing research visibility. His expertise will undoubtedly provide valuable guidance to both emerging and experienced researchers. I encourage each one of you to actively participate, ask questions, engage in discussions to make the most of this learning opportunity. Let this workshop be a catalyst for your publishing journey, empowering you to disseminate your research effectively and make a lasting impact. Once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome to all of you, and I look forward to a fruitful and intellectually stimulating session. As a token of love and appreciation, I request Dr. Sister Ruby Alangara Mary, our secretary, to honor the resource person. I also request Sister Nirmal Grace to come over here. If you want to change the world, pick up your pen and write, says Martin Luther. With that, I once again welcome you all. Thank you.
I am deeply honored to be graced by the presence of an individual of immense distinction whose exemplary contributions to the academic and administration fields stand as a testament to her unwavering commitment to excellence. Reverend Dr. Sister Ruby Alangarameri has been a beacon of support and inspiration, nurturing both intellect and spirit with grace and wisdom. It is now my esteemed privilege to invite Reverend Dr. Sister Ruby Alangarameri, Secretary, to bestow her felicitation address and elevate this occasion with her profound words. Sister.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to one and all present here and to the participants through virtual mode. With hearts filled with gratitude and humility, we begin this academic occasion by giving thanks to the Almighty, the source of wisdom and enlightenment. It is by His divine grace that we are gathered here today to engage in a meaningful exchange of knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. It is my great honor to introduce to you Dr. Vinaras Nityanandan, Professor in Education, School of Doctoral Studies, UNICAF University, Cyprus, an exceptional academician, a visionary in the field of education, and a global influencer in research and pedagogy. With an illustrious career spanning over 18 years, he has dedicated his life to shaping the future of education through innovative teaching, research, and leadership. Professor Dr. Vinnaras is a distinguished educator with a PhD in education from Manonmaniam Sundarnar University. His academic journey is adorned with multiple postgraduate degrees, including MSc in psychology, MD in education, and MPhil in both education and history, making him a multidimensional scholar with an in depth understanding of education, psychology, and history. His expertise is recognized worldwide, and he currently serves as a professor in education at UNICAF University, Cyprus, while also holding adjunct professorships at prestigious institutions such as Liverpool John Moores University in United Kingdom, DMI St. Eugene University in Zambia, and the European Higher Education Institute in Malta. His commitment to education stands across continents, having served as the Dean and Associate Professor at DMI St. John the Baptist University in Malawi, Southeast Africa. His contributions to academia are remarkable. He has authored over 55 research publications, many of which are indexed in Scopus and Web of Science journals, demonstrating his commitment to educational advancements. Beyond his scholarly publications, he has mentored 8 PhD scholars and 18 MEd candidates, leaving an indelible mark on the academic and research community. He has also served as a foreign examiner for doctoral thesis adjudication across universities in India, Malaysia, Mauritius, and Cyprus, evaluating over 72 doctoral dissertations in diverse fields. His dedication to education has earned him numerous prestigious accolades, to mention a few: Best Professor Award on National Education Day by Education Today magazine and B.S. Abdul Rahman University, Chennai. Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, a Global Educator Award in recognition of his outstanding contributions to education, presented by the International Council for Education, Research and Training. A sought after keynote speaker, resource person, and panelist, Dr. Vinnaras had delivered 112 international and national keynote addresses across various platforms, enlightening educators, researchers, and policymakers. He has actively participated in 198 conferences, seminars, and workshops, serving as a bridge between traditional teaching methodologies and the evolving landscape of education in the digital era. His global academic footprint has taken him to Malaysia, Singapore, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Indonesia, Turkey, Iraq, Cyprus, and Malawi, where he has shared his expertise and pioneered educational reforms. He is highly skilled in learning management systems such as Google Classroom, Moodle, Edmodo, and eTech Labs, and has trained educators worldwide in ICT-enabled teaching methodologies. His published patents on machine learning and AI-based educational approaches speak for his reputation as an innovator in educational technology. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, says Nelson Mandela. Indeed, Dr. Vinnaras has not only transformed classrooms, but also has empowered thousands of educators and students worldwide to embrace new age learning, research, and pedagogy. We eagerly anticipate his insights, experiences, and transformative ideas that will surely elevate our understanding of education in the modern world. We are indeed extremely happy with your presence, sir. Thank you, Dr. Vinnaras, Professor from UNICAF University, and also all participants offline and also on the virtual mode. Thank you.
It is with great anticipation that we now turn our attention to
Yeah. I stopped the audio, so it will not come. Yeah, first of all, it's my immense pleasure, and I'm thankful to the management inviting me as a guest to give about some exposure. Maybe speaking here. About the research, because we are good educators and teachers, but we are lacking. In 21st scenario, see, it's coming from there, sir. I cannot do anything. I'm gonna stop. So everybody lack in publishing research, particularly the community of researcher in Asian nations. But many times when I visit some Asian countries, they are getting some rising up with new ideas and new research and empowerment. But there are lack, particularly our nation, particularly in India. Because what we do usually, we do the bachelor's and we develop something in the master's and we develop the same in the master of philosophy. Then what we did in the master of philosophy, we developed little bit doing as a PhD. So we do always in the same track what we did in the graduate. So we never think in a broad mind to think about lot of trust areas are there in the research as well as other areas. Even we are not having that much awareness regarding about the research at present. So let's keep on. நம்ம இதில் நீங்கள் மீட் பண்ணால் மட்டும்தான் உங்களால் பண்ண முடியும். எப்படி மீட் பண்ணி வச்சுருக்கேன் நான் இங்கே தான் மீட் பண்ணணும், வேறு வழி. Yeah, that's better. Hello. It's better for me. If you are very eager to do some research, okay, technology will not support us. Okay, so we have to adjust with the technology. No other choice or no other point of view. It's a very familiar video. It's by the African people. From this video, we can get some idea about why we prefer research worldwide. Quote given by Philip Zimboro. We do in the research. But what we do in the research actually? So we want to expose and we would show our enthusiasm, something more. So finally, The research will come there, but it will not get acceptance to publish in any journals. So there is a lack. Where it is the lag, so we must understand the areas and the aspects. First, the Modus Operandi for publication, what it says, it refers to establish the steps of every researcher when preparing some like a submitting the research work for publishing anything or any article like a scientific journal into a scientific journal, or including identifying a suitable journal, whether a Web of Science or Scopus or CARE listed journal or anything. Conducting a thorough research, it may be your own effort, you are doing something and writing a well structured manuscript. Everyone says it's very good, but what we fail. So it's even is a pre-review process or something. But finally, what it reads, whether we found it or find it correctly to submit and get acceptance or not. So where we are getting the problem. So we must know about that. Maybe everybody knows about this, the symbols and the letters. Have you seen? Maybe if you are a researcher, whenever you search in the Google's Chrome engine, you can find like this, like that. For example, elsewhere, it's a publisher. Like Web of Science is a portal. Then Taylor and Francis, the journal solution area, and Thomson Reuters and Wiley, the publisher. There are some citation indexed Even you can write a short letter. Then maybe some subscriptions like is open access or not open access. Then like a timeline for publication process, how long it gets. If you go for a reputed journal, minimum 90 days. Minimum 90 days for giving instruction about whether it is accepted or not. Then only they will publish. Don't expect today I will give, next week it should be published. It is a fake. If you giving today, tomorrow it published, you are getting a link means easily you came to know about it is fake. It means no review, no review by any reviewers and proper procedures. Then they always follow. See the reputed journals. I show now the difference between the same title, but which is a reputed one. You can find the reputed journal, they never give more attractive advertisement in their website. Just they write the concept. But you can see the fake journals are not a reputed journals. They write many pictures. They give lot of attraction like movies. Then this is one of the journal web page. But here what we have to do, when you are preparing paper, you must follow this important instruction. Number one, read the instruction, author's instruction. If you never get it, then don't choose that. Then before you write your article, use the template. So simply we write with our own font, our own like ideology. No, they require some format. They have a template. Use that one. Whether the Times New Roman or any font they want, or format also different. Because they will ask the findings and your table of content of your tables, like statistical calculations, they ask to put in separate page. So you need to follow the instruction given for the authors, very, very important. The next, when you're preparing an article, everybody expect the word-wise language. Don't think about the language means the English language. No, understanding language. Your process. When you start from 1 to 100, the orderly way. Don't go now 1, then 10, then 20, then 23, then 28. Then what are the other missing things? So they always expect. You can find here. There are lot of grammar-wise tools are available even in the website, or you can paid service also available. You have to check it properly with the Grammarly or other things. At the same time, they are looking into be sure about your paper with the language, like write complete sentence, not too long, not too short. What we do always when you write about, you want to show our language proficiency or what you can say, the expertization. So we choose some word from what are the dictionaries available in the word and we put it there. They never expect that things. They expect everybody should understand what you have written in the article. Then next, use comments properly. Proper comments. Then be constant in the use of tenses, whether you are starting which way. Then avoid the slogans they don't want. Then we have to follow, use no contracts, like bias is very, very important. Then write in a reasonably size as a paragraph. You can see some journals, they used to write one paragraph is only 4 lines, another paragraph for 10 lines. So it depends upon the prescription of your content. So they don't want to see that type of variance. The next, they want some clarity in your writing. So whenever you write, you have to choose proper. It is not worthy that it's example. So they no need to get an example. Within that, they have to understand. So try to delete the meaningless and weak words in your writings. particularly use a significant, only its statistical or some sensitive aspects. Then sometimes you try to write in a reasonably sized paragraph that which follow you or gives a proper meaning. Because have no or more colleagues read your paper before you submit it, it could avoid later embarrassment. So I told you, try to give to your colleague to read it. So they easily find. Everybody always what they do, find fault the things, whatever you have done. Because we think about, I am perfect, not you. So you have to accept their commands. That's very important. Don't argue with them. Accept it. Whether you are correcting or changing is not a matter. First you accept their command. Then you think yourself whether you want to correct it or you want to change it or modify it depends upon your own knowledge, because this is your article. You are a decision maker. At the same time, if you cannot give an explaining something like simply, you don't understand it well. So that's why you have to give that preference. That's very important. So we always follow some common errors when we write our journal or some articles or papers. Where we lack it, this error we do too. For we send wrong journals because some journals expecting some themes, but our thematic aspect is different. But we send wrongly to them. They'll send after 90 days that your criteria of your paper not fulfilled our journal ethics. So we are sending back. So nearly 3 months you are wasted. So before you choose a correct journal, it's very, very important. Then another important thing, dual publication. If already you send it to one journal, don't send the same time to another journal. You have to wait, because now database easily get it from everywhere. So easily you get plagiarism. Then try to make it with a bad preparation of MS. You must be expert in computer typing and computer editing. Otherwise, get help from the experts. Don't think about, I will see the YouTube tutorial and I'll prepare myself. No, don't play with your papers. Then even if you know some expert, give it to them. They will make it. Then you can sit with them and try to learn. Then weekly presented sciences. So when you want to prove some scientific facts or something, don't make a weakness of aspects. Give it a perfect like a citation or perfect reference. That's very important. Then try to avoid, for example, localism, where you are from. Don't prescribe only one area. For example, I will write only about the area where I am locating. No, because it going to the worldwide. They expect the population more high. For example, the sample are I have seen many theses coming from TNTU. They are taking the population in and around Chennai, nearly 15 theses. In Tamil Nadu or in India, only Chennai the population is knowledgeable. They are giving all the data about the research. Why they are not doing other districts? Why they are not choosing other areas? So they expect that things. Then you have to give. Sometimes we lack with the poor reviewers, because some journals they will ask your one reviewer a reference from your experts. Maybe you are giving your friend or your supervisor or somebody. Try to give correct person. Don't expect the same person will get your paper. They are requesting one reviewer for your reference. So somebody will give, but they will spoil your name as well as the journal name. So that's very, very important. It's commonly everybody doing the same error when they are preparing articles or submitting to everywhere. So next important concept, we lack always all the researchers, plagiarism or self-plagiarism or dual publication. So when you upload unknown softwares, easily you get plagiarism. For example, you want to check your paper whether it's good or not with free software coming in a Google. What do? You just upload your paper. immediate next second, the scam people, they easily take away. Then it will publish in the portal. It will come there. Then when you go with the plagiarism with the original software, you'll get every page will get a plagiarism. Then what you will do? You will cry just, no, I never show to anyone. I never give to anyone. It's my own work. So simple mistake what we do, it will affect your whole. Even without your knowledge, before submitting to the journal, don't put any social media or any web portal. That's very important. The same time, don't send the same. What do you do? The ரெண்டு மாங்காயில ஏதாவது ஒரு மாங்காய் அடிச்சா போதும் அப்படின்னு ரெண்டு பேருக்கு அனுப்பி வைப்போம். We do with both of them. Don't do that one. Just to send only one journal first. Whether they accept or not, definitely you will get the result maximum 90 days. Some journals within a week they will send you back, whether it is accepted or rejected. It depends upon the aspect. So plagiarism is a very, very important concept when you are using or writing your paper. How to avoid the plagiarism? There are some rules and restrictions. How many words or sentence you can follow others' writings. So you have to follow that instruction. Some journals they accept 24. Some journals they accept 10. Some journals they accept only 0. It depends. The way you have to prepare. There are some softwares also available now. It easily will do cut short the plagiarism, help you. There are some paid service they are doing now. You will give they will make it the plagiarism or something, they will correct it and give it back. I'm humbly request to you, this is your knowledge. You only know where we can cut short it, where we can adjust it, where we can modify it. We give it to somebody, it's not worthy enough. So it is the past plagiarism often we understand, but now is always picked up by textual analysis software like cross-check used by the journals. They are giving cross to reference, so easily they can find it your plagiarism aspects. The next, dealing with the reviewer. Don't expect every reviewer accept or giving a good command on your paper. No, it's very difficult to understand because sometimes it will go to wrong reviewers. For example, I got a paper from textile industry concept article from Philippines to me to kindly review the article. I said, this is not my area. Then the editor given the reply to me, yes, I know. Yes, I know. Kindly check the method or whether you understand or not. Then I have read it. I understood the concept, what they want to implement and method they adapted. So which they want to implement with the concept and other aspects. So I have given some commands and sent it back. So don't expect every reviewer, the same field will review or like get it your same paper. So very, very important concept is the third reviewer. Even two reviewer accept. The third reviewer reject means it will reject. So that's very, very important. Then what is the pre-review process? So before going to get publication, this is a process they are doing. You are author, you start now, submit to the paper. What will happen? They'll go to requirement like to assign the reviewers. They are giving to the reviewer, maybe first reviewer or second or third, depends upon the journal needs and deeds. What the reviewer will do, they will recommend and they will give commands and they ask to modify or they write about this is a good, just only change this one or that one. So whatever they have given, you have to repeat their command. For example, the reviewers are giving command to us. So the editor request, so your paper reviewers giving this type of commands, kindly reply to the commands. So you have to justify their commands, why you have written. For example, they are asking a question like this, why do you choose this topic for your research? So you have to justify. What you are giving a justification, that justification should be within the article phenomenon. So you already have written or not about the thing, because they never understand. That's why they are asking these questions. Then whether it's accepted or not, finally we know about. If you accept, you will be achieved. The people easily get. If you reject, it will come back to you. So whenever you get reject, don't worry for these things. Try and read once again. Then one more thing, when you submit a paper to one journal, it get rejected. The same paper don't send to another journal. Kindly do some modification. Minimum 5% you have to make some changes. Maybe a language, maybe a sentence, maybe a method. Sorry, method means like the concept where you are writing in order aspects. If you send the same, sometimes it may get plagiarism. So be careful on this. So this is the way everybody we are getting a rejecting. This is only statistics. For example, author suggestion rejected 14%, accepted 55%, and submitting, resubmitting 29.9. So I remember still now in a Scopus one journal, the journal from Indonesia is a related about English language, Asian Journal of English language teaching. So I get it command nearly 9 times. 10th time only they accept and it was published. So I'm sending only for a conference. Even the conference they reviewed and sent it back nearly 9 times. Small aspect, whatever I'm giving reply to them, even the commands, they're sending back again. So they're asking another question about my command. So I have to reply. You should not get any tired to reply to them. As the Bible said, knock the door till they're open. Anyhow, they will open because of your compulsion. So the way you think about, so whatever your expectation, but what is the editor's expectation? You can see the difference. So that's why you don't expect whatever you have, but the expectation only fulfilled by the editor. But we can publish our paper not only a one reputed journal, there are lot, multi number of journals. So the way how we choose the correct journal and correct article to them. So you are taking a bus to want to go to some place. So if you take a correct way, sometime what happen? We'll sleep. For example, if you take a train from Nungambakam to Tambaram, what you'll do? Many times I get down in Guduvanjeri or some other place because I slept. Then again I come back. So very rare, without sleeping, getting there. Which means I'm stable in writing. I'm stable in the place to conscious. So you have to be conscious and stable when you write and when you choose everything in the research. That's very, very important. Like maximizing your citations. Now everybody telling the word citation. What it's showing about. Many of the readers no longer browse the journal content list, but they used to access only the internet, search for everything. The search engine robot always searching the keywords. It include them in your title, repeat them in the abstract and in the section headings, all in as natural a way as possible. Check the popularity of keywords with the Google, but beware that the most searched terms will throw up most competitors while specifying long-tailed keywords may find your interest group more efficiently. So try to use a correct keyword, appropriate keyword, then you can get correct one. So simply we write teacher education, we'll get everything. So within the teacher education, which you want? Psychology phenomenon or pedagogical phenomenon or methodological phenomenon or only learning or only teaching or student activity or classroom activity, you have to specify. That's very important. So then you can get easily properly referred articles, then you can cite easily. Then the same people, they will cite your article because you are giving the citation to them and it will be read by others. So your co-author also will help you this one, the way when you get about the citation. Also cite your related publications and those that cite your work in the future. So I told already the reference should be cited properly. Then only you can get the citation. Otherwise, then no one will give citation about your papers or articles. How many of you having Google Scholar? Google Scholar. You are a member in Google Scholar? Yes or no? Okay. Do you have the account? So you can check about your research, how it reached to the society. So what is your citation? What is your H index? How many are citing? So you have to regularly have to check whether your article cited or not. Then you know about your capacity of your writing and reaching your article to the society. Some alternative critics like citation or acknowledgement, they always expect these things in the journal when you are applying for or submitting your articles. So acknowledgement is very, very what you are giving acknowledgement. What the statement? I accept all the deeds and needs of the journals. So I give my permission, full-fledged. The article can publish and utilize for the common forum. You have to write the proper way. The acknowledgement will share to others. Yes, they agree to accept, to read it and cite it and everything. Even open access, they will ask different way. Some ethical guidelines when you go for preparing a submission or something, wherever you choose the journals. First, obtain the permissions, then obtain the necessary clearness, then submit to one journal at one time. I told already, try to submit one journal at one time. Then declare any conflicts of interest. They will ask you in the journal, the author's instruction, they are giving a term. In your article also, they'll ask if you have any conflict. I can publish the journal only to one country or only this area, only that area. So they have to ask. They will ask you also. So what way you are giving that? That's very important. Then give a proper attribution. That's next. Do not fabricate data. Don't mix the data with others or other things. Clear cut data, because many reputed journals, they used to ask you your data to be submitted later. They will ask your data collection information. What we do actually, we'll do from our thesis, prepare a paper and submit to the journal. When they ask about the data, where you get the data? Do you have any data with you? So when you go to submit any reputed journals, you must keep your data. How many data you are correct? For example, the data collection details. Maybe in a soft copy is enough. No need to show about the hard copy. But they will ask a soft copy of the concept. It's enough when you apply in the SPS software. That data is enough. But they will ask. It should synchronize your finding as well as your status analysis and the data description. Then easily they will find it. That is called cross reference. They easily understood whether you have done well or not. Then comply with the internationally recognized principles for use of animal or human subjects in the research. So whether you are writing harmfully with others, so some bias you must follow. Then the terminology also, that's very important, because when you write some journals to the journals origin from Russia and Ukraine or somewhere, very careful. Even writing to Europeans, writing to African nations and Arabian nations, the terminology is very, very important. What we do, we usually write like our Indian culture, so they never accept. Some, if writing the paper in the Arabian nation, sex, they ask to change as a gender. They never ask you write the word sex. So we have to be careful when you write the articles like that. Then the word by word copying is strongly discouraged, but if necessary must be given proper attribution. If you are doing the something repeated, same your article, your own sentence, you have to give the attribution properly. Then why I have using again. So these are some common guidelines, ethical guidelines for a researcher, those are preparing and going for publications. Then defining authors. We prepare a paper anyhow, but who is the first? We know about the authorship, how to write authors and how to describe it. For example, author makes substantive contributions. For example, basic like physical ideas or discussion, somebody they have given. Then somebody have laboratory experiment, they have do something. Then detailed calculation, they do only calculation. So maybe three authors to writing together. So who will be the first? The prioritize for them. So that time all authors share responsibilities and accountability for the publishing the content. Then who is the first author? Who is the second author? Who is the third author? So nowadays what they are doing for sake of money, will add many authors. Who is paying much? One author prepare everything, all the four authors giving payment. That is not a proper research ethics. The authors types when you prepare for any papers, lead author and submitting author and corresponding author and the last author. How much we can have maximum? Anybody knows? How many authors you can write in one article? Huh? You can write any. Yes. No, not 20. It's maximum 17. Is limited. Very rare to get that much authors together. It may be more reputed journals only giving. It may be scientific reputation or any project-based submissions they are getting. 17 authors maximum. That's why they are telling last author. So when you go for a lead author, who is getting these responsibilities? When you go for submitting author, who dealing with the publication process and the aspects. When you go for a corresponding author, who is editing and giving the command and submitting everything about the articles. Then last author, who is alphabetically last, but who is leading the last. Then what is the order? It's the biggest issue wherever we go. If you are supervising the students, who is the first? Whether the supervisor name is first or student name is first. It's the biggest controversy for them. So we think about who is the first author. It is the preferable, not like that. It depends upon the way you are giving your designations. If you write a research scholar, wherever you write, it is acceptable. Okay, depends upon that. That's why they are giving. In some field, students is the first. Author is if based preliminary on PhD dissertations. Here you have to write author who is the scholar is the first, then only the supervisor. Then order in often independent and relatively status depends upon the rank. Don't write the rank like if we are having a co-authors like a professors, associate professors, we have to write first professors, then associate, then assistant professors and lecturers. If you have senior lecturer, you have to write senior lecturers, then lecturers and assistant lecturers and the scholars. This is order. So we have to give the preference. Then only they will accept easily. Then it should be discussed at a start within your authors and change the order only with the permission of all. You can write here and there, change it, maybe who will become first or something. But the destination is very, very important, the way to write authors. Or we can write ascending or descending order. Then no additions of authors after submission. Once you submit, then you can think about sometime after submitting, with getting the acceptance, you can add another author. They will not accept. Majority of the journals, they never accept adding authors. But you have to get pre-approval for them. Then they will ask why. Why you never added before? What is the reason? Then they will ask some ethical aspects. Then only they accept. It's a long process. So try to make it everything before. Some criteria of the standard research articles. Number one, work relevant to the journal scope. So every journal, they have their own scope. So kindly read their scope. When you go for a website, you can easily see about first their objective and the scope, then author details. For example, the journal's expectation. Some journals, they prescribe only these themes, this type of areas. Only thematical, only research paper, only articles, only letters. So you have to follow their scope. That's very important. Then research significant to the field. So I told you every analysis you must keep with you because you need to upload in the reputed journals. Then incremental work discouraged. So don't give more and enthusiastic work. Then discussion and conclusion supported by the data. You don't write your own conclusion, your own recommendations or other decisions. Everything to get the real or deal of your data what you have with your research. Sometimes what you do, we write everything, but when you go for decision or the conclusion, we don't have a mind to write properly. So we read some other article or referred article, we follow that and we write something. So it will be clash. Then work plays in a proper context. Then equations, figures, tables, and multimedia contribution to the present. You must cite everything properly, which way they require, because they are giving a size and the fixation and everything. You have to follow that one. Then well written and logically organized paper is very, very important. So they are giving all the full-fledged template and ideology just to follow the instruction. Even if you have a doubt, just to go with the like author's instruction and check with one paper already published there. You can see how they have written. So they are following properly, where they have written the decision, where they written the tool description, where they written the table description. So then you can get the idea and note it, the way you have to follow or modify your article to send to the publication. These are simply for how to write a paper. These are taken from one professor from UK. He sent it in LinkedIn. So it's a good research uh, article be written in this way will be accepted everywhere. With their analysis they have given. For the authors, like abstract and keywords, what we have tried? Descriptive information that lets readers search for an article. Then introduction. Here we have to write why. What are things? What is the context on your project or your theme? And how does it fit with your others and research and the topic? And what is the research questions? Then when you go for a method, how? So we have to write the concept related to what did the authors do to answer the research question, how you are giving the question answers for that. Then the results, what was the answer to the question, and this is often shown in the table and the figure to explore with others. Then your decision and conclusion show what, for example, what is the significance of this project or your concept. At the same time, how does it fit with what else is known about the topic. Then your reference is very, very important point. Materials the author cited when the writing in the paper. You have to cite why you have referred them, those who have referred them, whether you referred a journal or magazine or book or any websites or any social media, anything you have to write properly with the citation. Before you submit, it's like a checklist. First, language review, very, very important. Because we all are not familiar with our language. Even we write our mother tongue, we lack it. Because the whole world is a mixing of many things to think about thought-provoking aspects. So you must check. There are some websites, they are giving a free trial also, but be careful when you use it. Then style review, the journal style, what they expect. I told you before, the template, that's very important. Then browse a published article. Check how they have done the font size, which is big, which is small. Where is the capital? Where is the small? So how they are utilize the codes and commas and full stops. Okay, the hyphenate and everything. How they are giving the citation aspect. A single author, two author, three or multiple. How they are giving the reference. We must follow. How many words? How many sentences within a page? Everything you must follow. Check thoroughly, then go. Then follow the online submission process, instruction given by the journal website. So we know we prepare everything, but what is the problem? We are getting whether we submit, whether we accept or not. It's a process of every journals. Commonly they are using number one before submission. What you have to do? You have to do preliminary check, then notification of missing events and everything, then technical issues and get a help and additional things from the submission websites. Even if you have some problem, when you go for submission, you can ask the help desk. Every journal, reputed journal, they are giving helping desk. You can write the commands, then immediately they will give a answers where you are lacking. Then you can go for a submission with creating proper account and like proper portal, whether the submission is in correct way and what are necessary information given by the journal. Then after submission, what do you have to see? Update every day. You have to check what they come, because they are sending immediately within a week or within like after a week or after a month. For our full-fledged busy schedule, what do? We forget to check. When they send you back for getting a feedback of your the reviewer commands, they wait only for week working days, maybe like a 5 days. Don't count it 7 days. They never accept Saturday and Sunday. It means working days from Monday to Friday. If you go for some other countries, their working days is a Friday and Saturday is a holiday. So depends upon the journal's location, they used to follow. Some journals they send on Sunday itself. So you think about Sunday is the holiday, why they are sending? For them, it's a working day. So the zone wise, you have to check that also. So you have to have a follow up with the proper email. Think about they will share not only to the single author, they will share all the co-authors. So because you are submitting all the emails, those they will share to everyone. So who will be a person supposed to give the reply? We have given the author list. Who is able to give or who is the right to give? Huh? First author? No. Correspondent author. You can write anybody as a first author. Only corresponding author able to give their commands and answers. So that time you have to ask others' opinion and write. Not a first author. The reputed journal, they ask only the corresponding author only give permission. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. If somebody are giving mean, they will ask ethical review. Why you are giving by others? Because already you have given your responsibilities. Who is collecting data, who is analyzing data and everything. The way they will raise the question to you. Then once if accept, then they'll ask you a copyright signature or some other things from you to get approval. So this is a basic process. We are always getting or preparing publication. Even me or any experienced person. So I'm sharing with you with my experience. Experienced than me, many people are there. Many professors, retired professors are there. Maybe your supervisors are experienced than me. So they are giving lot of instruction how to write the articles. You write everything, but we lack everybody where we have to publish. The publication sites. We don't know what is the portal or where we have to do it. Once the person Madam D. Stahl said about search for the truth is the noble occupation of man. Its publication is the duty. So whatever you do it, you must publish it. How? So I already shown these all the phenomenon they are giving authentication about your research and other things where you are getting a approval. You can proudly to say others, I published here, Paplan. They are telling so many words like that. But you have to choose with authentic sites. This is DOI Foundation. How many of you know that? Every journal must have DOI. If you publish in a reputed journal, you get the DOI number. Whether you published with the DOI number, your article got it. No, they can give any number to DOI. When you click, it will go to your paper immediately. Then that is DOI. If you never get it, so they can give some fake also. Many people they are giving. When you go for this website, you can get it. Just I will show you. This is a website. Sorry, no signal. Why? I think you can see there. I'm not getting here. You can see here, this is a website about DOI. Even if you are reputed any institutions, there you are having a journal, then you can follow the instruction and you can apply getting a DOI for your articles. Even if you have any journals, you are getting the same. It's a authoritative website giving all the instruction how we can get it the DOI for the aspects. For example, simply just I want to show you example. This is my articles. Just I will show you. So how we are getting the authentication about DOI. I published many articles. Just I will show you one. You can easily get. I never put all the DOI. Just I put a few. Just I will show you one. Yeah, here is there. See, just I click the DOI. It goes to loading the website. Yeah, it's coming there. This International Journal of Current Research, Current Science Research and Review. When you go there, you can get the full details about the volume and issues, when it was published, what is the abstract, keywords and references, and all the details about the authors. So this is the DOI. If your DOI failed, maybe some DOI they are making now the fake. For example, I published in 2022. Now 2025. After 3 years also I able to open. Some DOI we able to open only 1 month or maximum 3 months. Afterwards, you can easily understand it's a fake. They are giving fake emails, fake DOI nowadays. So be careful. Understood now? So another important page. We see that one is comes DOAJ. It's another authentication given by the journals. If you have a cited by DOAJ, this is advanced from DOI. So you can find here also is a portal, some journals. Yeah, this is a DOI page. Here you can see the journal and the article which you want. You can write article title, you can find it. If you want a journal, you can find it here. You can find a lot of journals in this instruction, like a title, ISSN, subject wise, publisher wise, and country wise publishers. See there how many articles are there under DOI. For example, if you write any words, see the language 89, 136 about country based on journal without fee, without fee. Many of them are asking me, doctor, everywhere paid journals are there. There are 13,690 journals are there without payment. Why you never go to this website? How many are gone again already in this website? Anybody? Anyone? So you can find the journals. The other journals like 21,000 journals are there. Then totally how many articles are there? Just check. So we have a less awareness to know about this detail. That's the problem. We never go. Next one, very, very important. Everybody want to know. That thing is Scopus. How many of you visited this website? Huh? Okay, what did you see and what did you find? No, first you come to Scopus, then we can go to Web of Science. Both are different, not same. Because we can find some journals only in Scopus, not in Web of Science. Some journals, Web of Science as well as Scopus also. Some journals only in Web of Science, not in Scopus also. So this Scopus, everybody asking you, once you reach at least publish one article from this, then you are a good researcher or effective researcher. That you have to check your journal in the Scopus or not. That's very important. Many people they are telling, I publish the Scopus. Go and check in there. You're unable to find. Even if you check with your article, you can easily find. For example, in the Scopus, we can see some major instructions. Number one, check access. You can easily get to check about even every institution they can get access, but they have to create their own account. Something like payment, something without payment, depends upon the institutional achievement, something like that. Then you can find author search and source. So if you are having your own user ID and your author already in website in the Scopus journals, you can find with your authors, or we can go with the sources. Then you can see here, view your author's profile. You can show your profile also. Before that, you have to follow this instruction. Check whether you want to continue or not, and they ask about the cookies. Next, you can find to create account and sign in. How many are having account in Scopus? How many of you having your own account in Scopus? One, two. Only two of here. It means you never publish in Scopus. You can find here. I'll show you the Scopus. Before I'll go with you can find the Scopus subject area and how many results we can find and everything. I'll show the website, then we can find. I think we can see there. Here only display. So this is the Scopus website. So if you don't want to go with it, here you can. Okay, you can go like this. You can find this one. The Scopus content. Number one is giving content coverage guide. What are the content covered by the Scopus? And you can see the next one, Scopus source list. So every year they used to send, these are the journals approved by Scopus. You can download everyone. You can download without creating your user ID and password. Then even books, nowadays they are allowing books also. Then what are the journals discontinued from Scopus? First it was in the Scopus, maybe for a year or within a year, because of the ethical principle not followed properly by the journal, then they will send out or discontinue their accreditation. So what we do, before discontinue, many people they approach you, publish, 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 they earn the money to publish. Once you publish, finish there, next week discontinue. Then no use about you are publishing in the paper. You can telling about I am publishing the Scopus. No. So be careful on these things. Even you can find the view of the ranking of the journals. Whether you have on Scopus journal, you have a doubt about the journal, you can find it there. All the aspect, they have a good, you can get a question and answer session also, they will help you. Next, you can see the subject area. You can see here and there how many journals and everything is there. Then you can see to write a word like if I wrote education. So you can go the area like social science and education. So I will show you now. Just go to the Scopus site. So yeah, I'm going there. The source, just whether you know or not, just kindly get it. These are two areas are there. Number one, subject area. Then enter your subject area. What are subject you are belong to? When you want to type, what are the keyword? Title of the area or title or publisher if you know ISSN. Then here you can go with the area. See how many areas are there related to agriculture and biological science, arts and humanities, then biochemistry, then business and management accounting, chemical engineering, chemistry, computer science, decision sciences, density, so dentist typing, then earth and plant, economic, finance, energy, engineering, environmental science, health, and immunology and microbiology, material science, mathematics, medicine. Then you can find another one like multidisciplinary. It's eligible for everybody can publish here. There are few journals accept all. They also have their own scope. The nursing, see now the nursing become now familiar, so they are creating separately. Before it was in the pharmacy. You can find like physics and autonomy. There are separate page for psychology. Then when you go for a social science, separately within the social science you can find education. Just click education, then go for a apply. Now you can see how many journals are there in education alone. There are 1867 journals are there. It depends upon their site preference. You can find here. So lot of journals are there. If you write teacher education, you can get separately some papers. Just if I'm typing here. So you won't get it. So you have to choose only the area with prescribed. So for example, you have to write teaching. So see, think about what are the subjects is not, the keyword is very, very important. Simply we write what you do, there is no journals in the Scopus. So you have to check with our own main area is education. So go with education, you can have more than all the journals giving education. What type of education and social science. So if I go with when you go for any journals, so you must follow the instruction given clearly, subject area and enter the area. You must look into the highest percentage of to whom is maybe first. Then you can see the citations from advanced like research gap areas. Then the site scores how much they are getting. Then you can see this is my user. I am in the Scopus ID. So it's my ID. So under that you can easily find many things. You can see I told already these things are very, very important. Every researcher must check regularly the discontinued sources because they are sending a journals. Maybe you are getting advertisement in the group. What they are telling is a Scopus indexed journal. Check here. Maybe if you have a doubt with any journal or ISSN, you can tell me. I will check immediately whether the journal where you published is in a Scopus or not. Everybody telling I published in Scopus, but you have to check it. That's very important. For example, I am going there just to sign in with Simple example, just I'm giving about, I'm going with my user. So whether I publish some papers in Scopus or not, I can see my profile. You can see my profile, and usually you can find it. I have 24 citations and 2 H index also there. My papers are there. One paper is getting more than 19 citations. So when you published in Scopus, you must get the profile accepted by the Scopus site. It's very, very important. Just simply telling about I have account. Yes, everybody can create your account, but how it is? We must have some link. That's very, very important. Next, when you go for a Scopus, we have to see another one. So from the Scopus, I have gone with one journal. The journal name is Review of Research in Education. You can find there. See there, it's from 73 till 2024. There is no 25. There is no 25. So only the March end, you know about whether the journal continued their affiliation or not. So they are getting every year to continue. But here you can see some break in between. You can see some break in between. 2000. After from 2002 only, there is a gap in 1 year. So sometimes they are getting discontinued for a 1 year. Again, they can accept. So you have to look properly with all the things when you go for a publication in a Scopus. Now this is for another journal, Education Psychology Review. You can see here, it's never discontinued. It's never discontinued because it started 89 till now. It's in the Scopus. So you must check this thing. This is authentication of finding the journals from the Scopus. You can see there are the two type of ISSN. One is for ISSN in common. Then another one is EASN only for in the online. So there are different, not same. So if you type all the ISSN must have how many numbers? 8 with hyphenate. So if they are giving less than 8, it's a fake, or more than 8, that also fake. Then this is another important website and portal. You easily can understand about the ranking capacity of the journals. Many people they are telling to you about Q1 journal, Q2 journal, Q3 journals, and Q4 journals. Here you can find all the things. For example, if I am going to the site, you can see there. This is a site you can easily find everything. If you want to check any journal, just you can type here. You can find any journal name. For example, we have seen previously one journal name. Just a minute. I will check there. Yeah, kindly see the ISSN number 1040 72 6X. Yeah, here you can type 10 40 then 72 6 then capital X. You can go search. See there, the journal name is coming. Correct name. So you can easily find with this website whether the journal is authenticated or not. The website name is called Skimigo, or we can say SJR. Skimigo Journal and Country Ranking. So here you can easily click the journal. It will go to the journal website. See there. It's giving the details about the journal. Its H index of the journal is 142. It is rated subjects like psychology and social science. It also comes education. See the ISSN and EISSN here. If you want to check the home page from here, you can easily get it. Before the Scopus, they are giving the home page for every journals. Nowadays they are not giving because they are creating fake. That's why they are not giving a web page in the Scopus. So you can find the web page, the original homepage of every Scopus indexed journal from SJR, the Schimigo website. See there, this is Springer journal. So this is a web page of that journal. So you have to accept the cookies, no other choice. So this is a website. So you can find the review. See here they are giving how many days to submit. See the instructions. They are giving 2 days. And see that downloads how much, the journal's reputation and the journal's impact factor 10.1 till 2023. So this is a real impact factor. So here you can see the latest articles. So some articles may be open access, some articles is very open to everybody. So depends. So every journal you can easily find these things, the find a journal or publication with us, track and everything. Here we have to go with the homepage properly with the submission. Here when you click here, you can get all the details about the authors. Here you can find the page called authors instruction. See there, they are giving pre-submission checklist and guidelines, how to publish and fees and funding. So some of the institution they are giving funding. Here there is any fees? Yes, it's nearly 3,790 euros. Yes, the impact factor is 10.1. So you have to pay. Sometimes some university they are giving funding, some agency they are giving funding. Depends. Here the authors together they can share their funding. For us is a big. For the Europeans is a less amount, just for 3,790. But for us, it's a bigger equal compared with our money. So there are some free journals also in Scopus. We have to check all the journals, go to the payment. Then only you know about the full details. Yeah, next. The Scopus I told you already. Then this is a Simigo website. Just now we have gone into there and check about the journal. Educational researcher. This is one of the journal. Then you can see that journals when you click here, it's coming. In this journal also you can see the impact factor here. 5.4. How many years? After 5 years is getting 7.6. So you can see about the current issue, everything here. You can easily find the information for authors, for editors, for reviewer, they are giving separately. So every reputed journal, they are having the format formulation properly. Because now many hackers they are creating fake. So kindly go with the correct one. That's very important. The next very important aspect is Web of Science. This is a page called Web of Science. Just I click, I will go now. Okay, this is a page. You can see there. You can find here. Just click and type anything you can find. So how many journals are there? All the areas. The Web of Science they have 4 type of citations. Number 1, SCIE. SCIE, it means Science Citation Index Expanded. Then SSCI, Social Science Citation Index. Then AHCI, Arts and Humanities Citation Index, and Emerging Source Citation Index. Emerging means newly added. So just they have given waiting to get the full citation. So these are 4 categories. So what type of journals you want, you have to prescribe with the filters here. There are filters here. You can check with these things. This is one of the Web of Science portal. So here you can see there all the whatever I said now, the citation areas and things. Then this also I am a member. Some here. Sorry. If I type in the Web of Science, just what I did, see here, I type education. So we get lot of journals related to education. How many journals they found? Nearly 1,320 journals related to education. So we have to use the filter, and here we can follow the like matching the manuscripts, and some downloads also available. Every reputed website they have a helping desk. So if you have any doubt, you can type them. Definitely you will get. Now they are creating chat box also. So easily you can get about the details description about all the aspects. So if you go for Web of Science, you can find these things about the journal, who is the publisher, and what is the ISSN number, and Web of Science citation related to under this which one, SSCI, Social Science Citation Index. Then additional Web of Science, anything they are getting, everything given detailing. So we have to get full detailed informations. Simply just I go with the Web of Science site, where you can see now. You can see if I'm going to type, I told you already. So see, it's getting advanced every time. Sometimes go down, depends. So which journal you want to see, anything you want to see. If, for example, if I type teacher education, see, Asian Pacific Journal of Teacher Education, Australian Journal of Teacher Education, European Journal of Teacher Education, International Journal of Teacher Education and Development, Journal of Early Childhood Teacher Education, Mathematics Teacher Education, Music, Science, Journal of Teacher Education. For example, if I'm going to see the profile of the page, for here I need to sign in. Yeah, you go with 6 here, it's automatically go. Yeah, here I'm typing teacher education. If you want to see the profiles, you must have account. Then only you can see the profile. See, I told you the Journal of Teacher Education. Okay, it's asking now. I'm going with mine. Yeah, this time. Yes. Now you are going the journal website. See there. This is a journal. It's ISSN number and published by Sage. And here, Web of Science, you can find a journal website also. So it's covered. What are the things covered, and the citation details, how many impact factors, everything you can see here. The summary of open access and everything you can get from the journal profile. For example, you want to see the real and original site here. So it's going, these are original sites of the journal. See here, you can find everything here. The journal articles. You can easily find something open access, something not open access, free to access. So this article you can read easily. So they have given most read which one, most cited which one, everything you can get full details over here. So you can see the impact factor from 3.1 to now 5.4. So this is approved by Sage and is a reputed journal in Web of Science. Simply if I go with my profile, for example, so how many journals and everything published by me, then we can go with the author. Just a minute. Go back first. The Web of Science is very sensitive, so be careful when you handle it. These are the issues you can find easily there. So whatever you want to see, you can easily get it. Here you can type with your article directly. Just to type your article topic, it will choose which journal is suitable for you. If you have any topic, here you can believe them, it will not get any plagiarism because topic alone will not get plagiarism, but it gets in openly. You put it in a Google, but if you put it Web of Science search engine, you never get a plagiarism or something. So it will give sources easily. So the details are given here, you can find easily there. So we can go back. Then in the Web of Science, I told you already, we must check the journals. When you go for a journals page, see there, they're giving full details about the journal's reputation. Here you can find Q1. So many journals from Web of Science, you can find whether Q1 or Q2. The quality rating is higher than. So we can easily get published. So I'm telling, sir, it's easily, it's very difficult for us. Nothing is difficult. You never knock them. You must knock their door and submit, resubmit. Sir, I can, how many times I can submit to the journal? You can submit 3 times continuously. But 4th time, you cannot submit the same paper. You have to change or modify some important, at least 25% of your article, then you can resubmit to your journal. Don't find only one journal. Don't, everybody telling one journal is here. If, for example, if one fellow published in one journal, don't think about the same journal I want to publish. There are multiple journals, multidisciplinary journals. So you have to target it properly and fulfill their needs and deeds and scope of the journal. Then usually get published. But we never do. That's a problem. Because what happened? We try for 1 day, 2 day, or a week. Then afterwards, we get tired. Oh, it's very difficult for us. No, it's easier. Once you get it, then you know the full detail and criticism. Next, you can see this I told already, the journal's impact. This is my profile in Web of Science. Next one, everybody telling about open access, what it means. Some of the journals, or some of the articles by the journals, they never use for reading. So you can read only abstract and you can see the reference. If you want access, then you need to get a permission. It may be pay, you have to pay. So it depends. Some of the articles are free access. So that will come under the same place in a green area. Here you can see the orange color, but it's a free green area that you can find is a free access for everybody. Next website. Now, apart from the education and social science, another social science criteria that is called ABDC is particularly from Australian based. Before the Australia not involved much more in the research phenomenon of giving authentication and recognition. But now the Australian they start. But they are giving majority for economic like accounting, finance, marketing, the trust areas. See, I have given the what are the areas also. You can find here, you can download what are the journals. You can easily find how many journals. You can write the journal type and ISSN, you can easily find it. Then you can see these are the areas only covered by them. Basically, you can see economics, applied economics, marketing. So it's going mostly with the like a commerce area, marketing field. They are getting lot. Very rare, one or two multiple disciplinary areas journals are there that we can prefer with the educational concept. Education marketing, how we can spread the like the course identification for everywhere or selling the courses. So that type of articles getting published here. Next, very familiar, we are in Indians, we know about UGC CARE list. UGC CARE list. Do you know anybody which university have a authentication to utilize or showing or changing and updating everything? Yeah, Pune University. How do you know about easily? Because you can see there one thing is coming. Just a minute. Yeah, here the UGC CARE members. There are more members. You can see the last member is Pune University. So they have access. I think 5 years or 4 years before one more university, but now changed. They are giving the term wise changes to some different universities. When you go for UGC CARE list, many forgeries and fake journals are there. But actually, they only two lists. List 1, list 2. So some reputed journals accepted in the list 1, some reputed journals coming in the list 2. List 2, some journals going and coming like new customers. So when you go for a UGC CARE listed, you can easily find the alerts. So you can easily check every time with about the publisher informations. So for example, if I'm going to the site, you can see there. You can see there now. You can see the blinking about the information of publisher, and the list will be updated shortly. So every year every month they are shortlisting and updating the list, maybe going and coming of the journals. Don't believe immediately about my journal is in the UGC list, UGC CARE list. Lot of big journals are. There are pre-review journals, yes. They have a good DOI, but if they tell you I am in a UGC CARE list, don't believe immediately because very limited journals only there in a UGC CARE list. You see, you can find easily about when you quick search with the group 1, what are they? Just you click with the ISBN or anything, you can check easily whether you publish something. Then you check with the ISSN number whether it is in your in a UGC CARE list or not. See, there is a way. Here you can choose. For example, ISSN means you type the ISSN number. You can easily check is authenticated or accepted or everything, whether it's gone or not. For example, you can easily get about know the journal lists. For example, you can see here. You have to search, sorry. Yeah, you can use it, these things, you can find it the aspect. Then when you go with the UGC CARE list, so there are the areas like science, social science, see the science 252, social science 320, and arts and humanities 340, and mathematics 16, and Indian languages 282. This much journals only there in a UGC CARE list under list 1. If anybody telling, no, no, I am also there, don't believe easily. Then see the list. How many journals are there related to education? Yesterday I searched. Is yesterday update. Only 46. You are not eligible to publish other journals. If you are, sorry, your trust area in education. So how many journals are there? But there are multidisciplinary journals, maybe another 25 or 50, it depends. But so how you make it? That's very important. So you can find the journals are there. Maybe in Indian language, maybe in like Indian territory language also, it's available. Then it's a group 2. How many journals are there? Sorry. I counted totally is 114. 114. Then totally how much? So if anybody say my journal in the UGC CARE list, immediately you want to check. That's very, very important. If they any ISSN number or top title, because now they are playing with only the names of the journal title. Then these are affiliated members, those who are approving the journals under UGC CARE list. Everything in the same website. You can find all the areas. See the homepage about UGC CARE list one by one, feedback, everything can easily find. Then from the journal, I clicked International Journal of Special Education. So you can get same website. For example, so I'm going to there. So I can find the list here. Just to click the list, you can find a new submission or search CARE list. Click there, then you have to be with your member. Then only you can able to find it. So I'll go to my page. Here if I go there, go to the list. See, I able to search everything here. If you are a member, if you are a member, then you can add. See, whatever you want to do, any title. If I do education, how much comes? So it's searching. So with the subject. See, how many journals are there? Only 46. So on the spot, I am giving the reference about this. Then if you want to go list 2, then go back. Then you can go with the list 2. Which one you want? Scopus listed or only in a this citation listed. So we can check easily with all. So everything is here. Everything is here. So it's very easier to know about the UGC CARE. But somebody they are telling about, I'm very difficult to find it. How many are facing difficulty to find about the UGC CARE list website? Anybody? Did you find any difficulty over there? How many times you visited? Maybe when we have a time, we can go. There is no chat, no Facebook, then we can go to UGC CARE list. Then finally, these are some main web pages of scientific journals. For example, general information know about scientific journals with ISBN is the printer or online. Then kindly see with the scientific journal name and topics and about the information and chief editor and the orderized publication and the preferable languages. The other side details of information about like archive. Then you can find easily how many volumes are published, how many years they published, and you can see the structure of editorial board, and you can easily find the editorial policy and a description about the review policy, then the insertion for the author. Then usually this thing must be in the text in the link. Then everything follow the web page or in a Web of Science page or journal page or publishing page. You can easily find this. If there is no information like this, you can easily identify this is the fake journal. So be careful when you go for publication. There are no secret. The necessary information is all free or available in the internet. Read manually, you can do anything. The pitfalls on the road to publish can be overcome by careful presentation and attention to detail. The quote was and considered and detailed responses to review for all essential needs depends upon you and the publication or journals. We should recognize our reviewing debate to the community. For every paper published, we owe at least two. We should be delighted and timely in returning our reviews. Though pre-review can be reveals to citizens inadequate, it is still the best we have and should be supported while improvement are strived. In this age of instant communication, unofficial or uncontrolled review and criticism of controversial results will inevitably acquire outside the learned bodies and the journals. So we can get information everywhere. You also become one of the member to do this. So every science stands or falls on its reproducibility, like openness and honesty. And so these depend should be accepted and welcomed. You are in the field of education, what you will go to do in your specialization and your professional ethics. Because Winston Churchill said, there is no such thing as public opinion. There is only published opinion. Try to be a good publisher from your professional and being a teacher, educator, and researcher in the field of education. Thank you. Thank you for listening. If you have any doubts and clarity, you can ask. Those who are in hybrid mode, also you can ask a question, whether you can raise it or you can type it. Yeah, please.
Sir, one doubt. Sir, if you are writing papers using primary data like census, GDP, or achievement, or pass marks ratio, when time lapse, it will get fade, no, sir. So what if in that case? So if a journal is taking 6 months of duration, so if you are waiting till 6 months and again we are sending, then it will get fade.
Because there are research they called two types of info that data, primary and secondary data. Which data you are using, it depends upon the research. For example, census and other reports given by the government, you have to give authenticate information. For example, I received one thesis. They are writing about AC candidate and ST candidate. They're telling about in this district, this much ST and ST. There is no information who has given the statistics information. I reject the thesis. I reject and said, redo again. Because I didn't find nearly 385 pages are there. I didn't find any reference or anything given. How they know this much population is there in particular district? We have lot of sources. We can go to the website, Government of India website, or go to the Government of Tamil Nadu website, or SEST portal also there. MHRD portal is there. If you are lack that, for example, you are asking about, I can use these data or not. You can use, but you have to give proper reference, data reference, because this type of information always update every time. So which day you use it, how use it, and why use it. So what is your prediction? What is your thrust area to focus? What type of sampling technique you applied? Choose this type of data. So if you justify properly, definitely they will accept your job for your paper. Because many researchers, they are using government data, even PhD scholars. So if they cited properly, from here I have taken, these are the information given this year. So now maybe it's raised or down, it depends. So in this data I am using for my research. So if you given the limitation, no one will ask any question. If you never give, definitely they will raise the questions. That's why I told many times from the beginning, what are the things we are losing when you write the articles? We have to be careful. தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, கண்ணில் விளக்கெண்ணெய் ஊத்திட்டு பார்க்கணும். This is very important. Any other doubts? Yes, ma'am.
So you mentioned about some journal which was costing around 3,000 euros. So it's very costly for us. So cost effective ஏதாவது journalsல பண்ண முடியுமா சார்? Reputed journals, free and.
Ma'am, I told you there are more than 64,000 journals are there. We have to check. Just you go with side score, very less side score journals. There are free journals. But don't expect all the free journals easily accept your papers. Because they see your quality of writing. Then only they accept. Then another important thing, if you are a fresher also, you need proper co-author, reputed co-author. Then you can easily get. So you are using the phenomenon is very, very, that's why searching the journal is very, very important when you go to write. First search the journal, then you write the paper. What we do first? We write, then we go for, that's wrong. That's a wrong prediction. You can write your own, but what they expect, read their article also. Even you can find the free journal, then go and read one or two articles, which way they are writing, what is the scope of them, what they have given the instruction for the author. Follow that, then the way you choose the topic and choose everything, definitely you'll get it. Any other doubts? Ma'am, anybody asking doubts there? Because I think 2 years before, in 21, the pandemic, when I came, I gave the same concept in Bharatidasan University for the PhD scholars. But that time, due to time consumed, I have given only 1 hour lecture to them. But I was unable to give the sites and everything, just only PowerPoint. But afterwards, they asked a lot of doubts through messages and emails. So wherever, this time I had a good opportunity to show the websites clearly to you. So I'm very frank. From my experience, I'm telling, more than this also there. Some of the experienced person more than me, they know well about better than this. But in my experience as a foreign examiner and a reviewer of many journals and editor of some journals, so in my perspective, then I'm giving this instruction. This is very, very important because I am getting good sites scores. I'm getting citation every month, at least one about my articles. So I'm having more than H index, more than 10. So every conferences, they are requesting me to come and submit the paper or inviting for a speaker from my Google Scholar. So recently I got from Indonesia because of my Google Scholar. So they are following me. So the social media is different, but educational social media is different. So kindly follow. Then you can usually get lot of updates about research. Now the research not like a past. Now everything changed. So you need to update your mentality and mind and the knowledge. How the Bloom's taxonomy later on changed, devised. So you must revise your research methodology and method concept. Still you are following the ancient or past one, you cannot get any published one. So you must do it. Yes.
Sir, you said in abstract you should not repeat the things which we wrote in abstract as well as in the main body. Sir, if when comes to sample size and some of the findings, so we have to mention it in the abstract. So sample sizing, for example, 300 samples, and what technique we used to collect the sample, and some of the findings we have to mention in the abstract. So how we can rewrite in the main body when come in abstract, we will write.
The writing the abstract for a different perspective. You are writing for the conference. First, you not write the paper. Just you write only abstract. There you must give all the details. But when you go for a journal, you never send abstract immediately. You'll send full paper including abstract. So that time you must show about the abstract, about your total idea. There no need to give separately about some of the journal they're asking, including abstract, you write what is your method. That's why I told you follow the instruction. It's a common phenomenon. Don't repeat the terminology or something, whatever given in the articles when you go for journal publication. The conference proceeding and other things are totally different from this one. Okay.
Sir, actually, that UGC CARE lists, you show that they how to find it, which one is cloned and what is that authentical one. When we have a choice to check whether it is indexed or not, how they are faking still? What about your opinion? No, sir. What are the tricks they are using? Still, they are faking. Because there is an option to check now. It's all that example, I think.
So we have a lot of tricks you can easily find it. Now there are a lot of tutorial videos also there in YouTube how to find the fake journals. Yeah. Actually, I want to add it, but it will take 30 minutes. That's why. Any other doubts? Yes.
Sir, why can't we write a review for a particular journal as a beginner?
Yes. Because if you want to command or review somebody, you need some experience in the field. You may be a M.Ed scholar, for example. You know about the PhD, what they are doing, you know about. But when you go there, they ask some the doubts, ethical background. Okay, if you are expert in that, then you can easily go for review. But you can write a review for social aspect. For example, at your age, your experience about a movie review, you can write it. But subject review, they will check whether you are subject expert or not. experience in the field of teaching, you can criticize the teaching. You are not at all a teacher. How you can criticize the teacher? Understood? That's the way of the expert. But in social media, you can criticize about the Facebook. You can criticize about the WhatsApp, about Instagram, or any movie or any serials coming in the channels, any songs given in that, any advertisement, you can write. That you can write. That age factor is enough. If you are a age like 18 years old, you can write. That's not a problem. But when you go with the subjective criticism, scientific factor criticism, that time they will ask about your reputation. That's a problem. We never ready to write a criticism about the Facebook or any movie. Understood? That's a problem. Yes. Then you can write the mail to UGC CARE, that Pune University, ask about what is the reputation, because this journal was that time in the UGC. So whether I can get the site or not. When you go for a list one, mostly it gets Scopus indexed. So when it indexed in Scopus, whether it's discontinued or not, you will get it in the Scopus only. So that you have to confirm when you have proper user ID and password. Otherwise, you cannot get it. So that's why whatever we do, it is not we need a follow up. The Bloom's advanced technology, taxonomy is telling about the follow up is very, very important. If you never follow up in the research, then no use. So be careful, don't publish everything, anything in the fake journals. Then your whole energy is wasted. Recently they found in India alone there are a lot. So then UGC CARE list also renovated and they changed a lot. Any doubts? Mostly the things doubt will not come at the moment. When you get into the website, when you get into see, I also learned when I see the website only. Self, no one helped me. Just I have seen many people, they are telling Scopus or Web of Science like this. Then I get into the website and read all the thing. I spent many times. Then I try to publish. I also failed many times. Then I get it. Once I get it, then I got the point. This is the way we have to get into the place. Then whatever I publish goes. Now I have a book in Web of Science. My book published in approved by Web of Science publisher. So from London. So the book alone, I'm getting citation, chapter-wise citation. Every month once or twice like that. Myself and my former dean, we both wrote about the higher education, education technology in higher education. Fundamentals of education technology in higher education is in Web of Science. So now the book summary, they are asking about Scopus also. So I'm writing another book. So again, it will go to Web of Science. So I got approval, just I have write and send it back. But the first book, I got 1 year correction. Every week I will get a correction from there. So we together sit and we correct what are the area and what are the things. Now the book cost alone $240. You cannot get hard copy, only soft copy. So we need a effort to put it over there. But sometimes what we do, we'll touch, it's not okay, we never touch again. That's why we lose our our confidence and other things. Do it, then only you know about. The foreigners mostly they are getting this type of reputation because they are working on it. They spend time particularly for this. Every week is not the weekend for them. They have only one weekend. Other day they are working academically or professionally. But what we do usually, once finish the institution, maybe after 4 or after 5, weekend only. So we never concentrate on academics sometimes. That's why we lose many times. So we need to fix some time every day or every week only for this, then you can easily get it. Any doubts? If there is no doubt, thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I thank my university, my dean. They are giving a permission. Today, actually, I have a class. but they shifted to another week. Then the participants, a bright future for you, and try to write a good articles and try to become a good professional in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Good evening to all. So, report of the International Workshop on Modus Operandi for Publishing Research Articles. Stella Madonna College of Education successfully organized an international workshop on modus operandi for publishing research articles on 26 February 2025 from 1:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. on hybrid mode. The meaning of modus operandi. It means it's a Latin word meaning method of doing something. Modus means manner, operandi means operating. So the workshop aimed to equip researchers, academicians, and students with essential knowledge and practical strategies for publishing high quality research papers in reputed journals. The workshop commenced with a prayer and welcome address by the principal in charge, Dr. Alma Juliet Pamela, and was handed over to the resource person, Dr. Vinesh Nityanandam, Professor, School of Doctoral Studies, UNICAF University, Cyprus. The resource person gave inputs on the fundamentals of research article writing and publishing, the best practices for manuscript preparation, submission, and review, details of the publication process, including journal selection, peer review, and editing, and about the pitfalls and challenges faced during the publishing process. The workshop included interactive question and answer sessions where participants actively engaged in clarifying doubts related to research article writing and submission. The workshop witnessed participation from researchers and faculty members from various institutions. Feedback from the participants was positive. The international workshop was a great success, fulfilling its objective of empowering researchers with the essential skills for publishing quality research articles. The event will be concluded with a vote of thanks by the accuracy coordinator, Dr. K. A. Shiba, expressing gratitude to the resource person and participants for their valuable contributions. Thank you. Okay, that's the time for vote of thanks. It's with great pleasure and gratitude that I stand before you to deliver the vote of thanks for this enriching international workshop on modus operandi for publishing research articles organized by Stella Madonna College of Education. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Vinesh Nityanandam, Professor, School of Doctoral Studies, UNICAF University, Cyprus, for taking the time to share his invaluable insights and expertise with us. You have made this workshop intellectually stimulating, and your knowledge and experiences have added immense value to our learning. Thank you, Professor. A special thanks to our college secretary, Reverend Dr. Sister Ruby Alangaramiri, principal in charge, Dr. Alma Juliet Pamela, and faculty members for your unwavering support and guidance in making this workshop a reality. Without your encouragement and support, this event would not have been possible. I extend my gratitude to the organizing secretaries, Dr. Carolyn Jabasona, Control of Examinations, and Dr. K. Sandan Lakshmi and Dr. Uma Maheshwari, Assistant Professors of Education, who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the smooth execution of this event. To our participants, thank you for your active engagement and enthusiasm. Your presence has made this workshop truly dynamic. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the support of a technical team, Mr. Adil Lordson Shepherd and Mr. Durai, all the supporting staff, and all those who have contributed in various ways towards the success of this event. Once again, I thank you all for being a part of this wonderful learning experience. Let us carry forward the knowledge gained here and continue to go together. Wishing you all success in all endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your thoughtful report and heartfelt vote of thanks. Your words of gratitude reflect the spirit of collaboration and shared learning that defines this event. May I kindly ask everyone to rise as we pay tribute to our nation with the national anthem.
भारत भाग्य विधाता